haul it for you. But next time you check with me first, all right?
You know him as Sergeant Elias in Platoon, a powerful role that earned him critical praise. But Willem Dafoe's real life, it's way more unfiltered than anything he's played on screen. He's talked openly about doing drugs, rebelling hard, and getting kicked out of high school for making a film that definitely wasn't for anyone under 18. Then, that one film hit theaters, and he outraged Christian groups across the country. They called for boycotts, protested cinemas, even sent bomb threats. Dafoe got hate mail and personal threats. Why? Do you know what role he played? Let's just say, it wasn't your typical leading man. The chaos, the controversy, the role that almost got him blacklisted, it's all in this video. Stick around. Part 1. Role in Platoon and cultural impact. Sergeant Elias Grodin wasn't a war hero in the classic sense. He was something rarer. A man caught between morality and violence, trying to hold on to humanity in a place designed to erase it. In Platoon, Willem Dafoe gave Elias more than courage. He gave him soul. Released in 1986, Oliver Stone's Platoon broke from the tradition of glorified war epics. It was raw, intimate, and morally torn. And at the heart of it was Dafoe's Elias, a sergeant who wasn't hardened, but alert, who wasn't violent, but vigilant. Where others played soldiers as machines or martyrs, Dafoe brought contradiction, kindness in combat, serenity in chaos. His performance as Elias was both emotionally restrained and physically visceral. In every frame, he carried the weight of someone fighting not just the war around him, but the one inside him. When Elias dies, arms raised in agony, body riddled with betrayal, the image became iconic. It wasn't just a plot point, it was a visual metaphor for the loss of conscience in conflict. Dafoe earned an Academy Award nomination for the role, but more than that, he redefined the role of the soldier on screen. Elias didn't win. He wasn't saved, but he mattered. And that's why audiences still remember him. Before he became one of cinema's most layered anti-heroes, Dafoe's journey began in the backyards and back alleys of Wisconsin, where rebellion wasn't a phase, but a calling. Part 2. Early life before Platoon. William James Dafoe was born on July 22, 1955 in Appleton, Wisconsin. He was one of 8 children in a working-class family. His father was a surgeon, his mother a nurse. But Dafoe didn't follow the family's straight path. From early on, he was drawn to the unusual, to art, fringe ideas, and anything that stirred the imagination. His teenage years weren't marked by ambition so much as restlessness. He didn't fit neatly into the rhythms of small-town life, and instead sought out music, underground culture, and the kinds of people who lived on the edges of convention. He wasn't trying to rebel. He was trying to find a language for everything he felt but couldn't yet express. That search would become a lifelong theme. What grounded him, eventually, was performance. Theater gave shape to his energy. He studied drama at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, but dropped out before graduating, pulled more by experience than by structure. He joined experimental theater groups and followed his instincts to New York, where he co-founded the Wooster Group, an avant-garde company that challenged every rule of traditional stagecraft. It was there Dafoe found both discipline and freedom. He learned to build characters not just from text, but from gesture, breath, and silence. His foundation wasn't polished, it was primal, and it made him unlike any actor of his generation. That blend of instinct and intellect would go on to shape a film career built not on fame, but on fearless choices. Part 3. Career before and after Platoon. Before Platoon, Dafoe had taken on smaller film roles in projects like To Live and Die in LA and The Loveless, where his intense screen presence quickly set him apart. He didn't play the usual heroes. He played people with shadows, edges, something unsettled beneath the surface. When Platoon hit, that intensity finally had its stage. The role of Elias showed what Dafoe could do when given emotional range and moral complexity. He wasn't just believable as a soldier. He was unforgettable. What followed was a bold, unpredictable career. He played Jesus in The Last Temptation of Christ, a haunted FBI agent in Mississippi Burning, and later, a surreal vampire in Shadow of the Vampire. He moved through genres freely: drama, horror, art house, action, always choosing roles that scared or challenged him. He collaborated with directors like Lars von Trier, Paul Schrader, Wes Anderson, and Julian Schnabel. He took on blockbusters like Spider-Man, while still carving out space in experimental cinema. By 2025, Dafoe had earned 4 Academy Award nominations, but he never chased awards. His loyalty was to the process, not the product. Even so, the man behind the characters was just as compelling and just as complex as the roles he took on. Part 4. Personal life and off-screen truths. Dafoe's off-screen life reflects the same refusal to play it safe. His teenage years in Wisconsin were wild and unstructured. He's admitted to drug use, reckless behavior, and being expelled for creating a pornographic video in high school. That moment, half joke, half rebellion, became a kind of origin story for his artistic instinct. Push the line, then draw your own. But his most controversial moment came in 1988, when he played Jesus in The Last Temptation of Christ. The backlash was immediate and furious. Christian extremists labeled the film blasphemous. Boycotts followed. Some theaters received bomb threats, and Dafoe himself received death threats by mail. He stood by the work, and by director Martin Scorsese. "Art should challenge," he said. "It should make people uncomfortable." He never apologized for the performance, and never sought to explain it away. His quiet strength in the face of violent protest became part of his legacy. Privately, Dafoe is reserved. He was in a long-time relationship with director Elizabeth Lecomte, with whom he has a son. Later, he married Italian filmmaker Giada Colagrande. He splits his time between Italy and New York, living far from the chaos of Hollywood. He's spiritual, but not religious. Guarded, but not cold. He once said, "I'm not interested in celebrity, I'm interested in experience." And that's always been true. Now, decades into his career, Dafoe remains unshaken, not because life hasn't thrown fire at him, but because he learned to walk through it. Part 5. In 2025, where is he now? At 70 years old in 2025, Willem Dafoe is still working and still unpredictable. He continues to choose roles based on instinct, not convention. Whether it's art house cinema, animation, or another turn as a villain, he commits with the same raw energy that defined his earliest performances. He remains one of the most respected actors in the world, nominated multiple times, constantly cited as an influence by rising talent. Yet he rarely talks about his legacy. He's more focused on the next project, the next transformation. He occasionally grants interviews, measured, thoughtful, always a little enigmatic. He reflects on the past without nostalgia. And when asked about the characters that defined him, he usually points to the same thing: the willingness to go deep, even when it's uncomfortable. In a business that thrives on polish, Willem Dafoe has always brought truth. Sometimes strange, sometimes unsettling, always real. He never chased fame. He chased meaning, and in the process, he became one of the most compelling actors of his generation. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss an update. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let's keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.